Hello guys, welcome back to another retro movie review. Today I have watched Animal Factory. Animal Factory here is an Arrow release, and if you guys watch my Blu-ray hunt videos, you know I picked this up recently. This is a movie by Steve Buscemi, and it stars Willem Dafoe as well as Edward Furlong. There's also appearances and supporting cast there by Danny Trejo as well, and also Steve Buscemi himself. This is actually an Arrow release, and it's the first ever Arrow release I watched. This is the first one I've ever seen, and I've got to say a few things about right from the bat. I wasn't impressed with the quality of the movie at all. It did look like a DVD. It wasn't a great transfer even into Blu-ray. It just wasn't great, but the overall artwork of it by Arrow I think is fantastic. I like the look of that, and there's also inside art as well with the original artwork there. So really great looking addition. So the actual look of the movie wasn't great. I will say it's a really bad Blu-ray. Like I said, it's just not great. It's nice, I guess, to have it on Blu-ray if you was a fan of this movie. I believe this came out in the year 2000. And for me, as a first-time watch, I didn't even read anything on the back of it. All I knew was based on what I seen in the front. And to be honest, I thought that was like a bandstand or something. But it's actually a prison movie. Willem Dafoe is playing a guy, I can't remember what his name is. He's playing a guy called Earl Copen. And he's basically running this prison. He's like a gangster. He's got like the actual prison guards like in his back pocket type of thing, and this new inmate goes in, Edward Furlong here, this guy, and he's playing a guy called Ron Decker, and he has a 10-year prison sentence basically for drugs, etc. And Earl takes him under his wing and wants to try and bust him out of prison, and that's what it's all about. It's just about like him trying to get out of prison, Earl looking after him, and them, I guess, working hard and working together to try and get out of prison. That's basically it. I was very pleased to see this movie come in at 94 minutes. This movie, to me, that's what's good about it. It's the fact that it's short. It does feel like a TV movie. It doesn't feel like a film that probably would have been in the cinemas. I'm not too sure if it was or wasn't, but it does feel like a TV film. But that's not in a bad way. I did enjoy it. I did think it was really enticing. It was well written. It was not like out there and like silly and just like adding in loads of like bump. Like I said, 94 minutes, you kind of get to the point. You have some good performances, and it does really well. Even in the year 2000, which obviously is 22 years ago, some of the stuff in the movie does hold up well. There is a little bit about obviously blacks versus whites, etc. So there is that type of thing in the movie. But 20 years ago, obviously, that is, I guess, to be expected. No females in the movie because it is a prison movie. I think there's one female prison officer guard woman who's there. You don't really see females in the film. It is like a men-only prison, etc. And yeah, I found it okay. It was all right. Like, I don't know if I'd grab this and watch it again. It may feel like a one-time watch, but yeah, it just was what it was, and it ended how it ended. Once you know the ending to this film, it kind of spoils it then, and you kind of like, oh, well, that's it. But I think in a year or so's time, like when you kind of haven't, not even a year, but you give it enough time and you kind of forget, then you may want to reach out for it again and grab it. I'm not going to be getting rid of this. I'm definitely keeping my collection. It's my first Arrow pickup, and I paid £3 for it. It's definitely worth that. If you're paying any more than I think like a £5 for this in Kex or something, I wouldn't bother. Unless you're a big fan of the movie, obviously from 20 years ago. But rating my first Arrow movie, I'm going to rate this a 6.5 out of 10. Just above average, but nothing special, but nothing terrible as well. Willem Dafoe does a really good performance. He's playing a really cool, calm guy named Earl, and some of the set looked really good, and it was definitely well done, but it wasn't groundbreaking in my opinion. And then of course Danny Trejo's in the movie, but he's not even in the movie that much. So I haven't really touched on him much at all, but he's not really in the film. But as I say, the whole film as a whole gets to the point. It's 94 minutes. It's worth just under a £5. It's probably a one-time watch every 3 or 4 years. So there it is, guys. There is my review of my first ever Arrow title, Animal Factory. Let me know if there's any other Arrow movies I should check out. I kind of want to watch Arrow films that have like actors in there that I kind of know from like mainstream stuff first, rather than going out there to the more obscure stuff. So if there's any Arrow titles you think I should watch, let me know your thoughts down below. But there it is, 6.5 out of 10. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more videos coming soon, and of course I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.